I'm here in Maryland visiting my folks. I'm actually at my dad's house. Last couple of videos I was at my mother's, and if you hear any background noise, my dad's cleaning ladies are still here. I come at 4 in the afternoon hoping that they won't be here, but they're still here. I mean, they do a fantastic job, so thank you to them. But either way, let's talk about why Immanuel Quickley is now expendable. As someone who I go to the University of Kansas, I'm a senior in the journalism school there, but I grew up here the last 10 years of my childhood in the suburbs of Baltimore, 15 minutes away from where Immanuel Quickley went to high school and where he's from. Actually, he's from Harvard Gray, so that's like 30, but I digress. Let's talk about, shout out Fred Katz of The Athletic. Why is Immanuel Quickley suddenly expendable? And another great piece, they won't trade him for anything less than a first round pick. And let's get right into it. So, the New York Knicks want to trade for a star. And at this point, they want to trade for one. And they're not trying to sign one. They're not trying to draft one. They want to trade for one and then, build a team through trade. That's why they flipped the 19th pick for a future first round pick. And that's why they exchanged the 11th pick for 3 future firsts. So it's why they've signed veterans in hope of being competitive enough to be able to get on a list of a trade demand destination by a trade request by a player who might be frustrated with his current spot on a team. Also, I just realized my computer was uneven. So that's how it's working. They thought they were going to get Donovan Mitchell, but they didn't. So Shams Charania wrote the other day that the Knicks have shown a willingness to discuss a trade for either Quickley or D Rose. And Quickley hasn't really had a good start to the season. Through 18 games or so, his efficiency has plummeted since his rookie season. However, he's vastly improved as a defender. He's one of the best, help defenders and one of the most pesky, hands-on, aggressive, defenders against the dribble. And he's able to push the pace with his good dribbling skills, and he's just a loose ball hustler. And for me, this is a guy who just went from an instant offensive bucket getter, who the Knicks thought wasn't doing much if he wasn't scoring, to now being able to not only, score, but to do a little, be kind of a glue guy, and do all the little things. Now that his offense has become a bit inconsistent, and the Knicks steadily play better when he plays, but the reason is they have a logjam at the guard position. D Rose, Quinn Grimes, Miles McBride, Jalen Brunson, Evan Fournier, Immanuel Quickley, all people who are there. So why you're thinking, why is he expendable? And the Knicks waited for a while to get themselves a good player. And you have to think about, the Knicks have been listening to offers on Quickley for, I'd assume, a while. The Knicks got the kid, and a while back. And when you looked at Immanuel Quickley, he was a guy that he fell down in the first. Like I previously mentioned, the 19th pick in 2021 was his now future first. And according to sources, the Knicks have targeted a future first round pick in return for Quickley, who's extension eligible, which is why people have more interest in him, because he's still extension eligible. And a Quickley trade won't be for a draft pick. Maybe the Knicks deal him for something that helps them today. Maybe they include him in a bigger deal, or maybe they end up holding on to him for something that, we don't even know. But the organization talk trades all the time, and it's not worth evaluating them until they're official. But based on Quickley and his contract, it's pretty telling what the Knicks are saying and what they'd like back from it. This is a good moment to check in on the long-term plan and how that 23-year-old kid, Immanuel Quickley, fits into it. And the extension eligibility is a huge milestone for a player. Quickley is a cheap player this season and the next one, but once he earns market value, or at least can threaten an organization with the leverage of having to pay him, he's somebody that is more likely to get traded if they feel like they don't want to pay him. This is going to also apply to Obi Toppin, who's on the Knicks, and I guess they might choose Obi Toppin over Immanuel Quickley because they don't have as much depth in the front court. And this is why, RJ Barrett was almost traded to Utah, as Utah ended up, I guess they wanted to still, I don't even really know. But look, the Knicks decided to re-sign Mitchell Robinson, brought in Isaiah Hartenstein, re-signed Jericho Sims, held on to Julius Randle, and they blocked Toppin's path. Now they've held on to Fournier and D Rose and are overloaded with guards with Cam Reddish and Quentin Grimes and Miles McBride. So trading away one rotational player without bringing one back would kind of grease the situation and help them build up, cap space and assets. But really, it's just they logjammed in. Rose is 34, playing 13 minutes a night, while Quickley is a part of the future, and they just don't have room to play him. And also, they're paying guys that need more, who need to be played. So, in a league today where guys like Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Paul George, Kawhi, Anthony Davis is all demanded trades. They want to be on that list that when those trade demands happen. So at this point, they don't want to tank. They want to increase their chances of trading for a star. And yeah, if they luck out and get a good pick from one of their picks they trade for, that's cool. But they're trying to use some serious cap gymnastics and, trade assets to get the player that they desire.